The final declaration of the Washington summit includes a number of agreements important for the security of Poland, the largest country on NATO's eastern flank. We have a new generation of NATO defense plans that make the alliance stronger and more capable of deterring and, if necessary, defending against any potential enemy, because it is the eastern flank of the pact that is to be affected by the largest deterrence and defense plan since the Cold War.
And we now have over 500,000 forces at high readiness in the alliance. Today, we decided to adapt NATO's command structure, improve our integrated air and missile defense systems, and to go further to match our defense plans with the necessary capabilities.
We are strengthening our ability to move, support, resupply, and sustain our forces to respond to threats across the alliance, including through effective and resilient logistics and the development of mobile corridors.
The Baltic Sea is now a NATO lake with an extremely strong defense capacity. I mentioned Poland with the biggest artillery together with Finland. I mentioned the Zeitenwende that Germany has done in its defense. And if you look at the capacity of Finland on land, capacity of Sweden and in the air and sea, and the capacity of Norway in general, I don't see the direction of Putin going towards the Baltic Sea at all.
Washington also agreed to strengthen NATO's anti-aircraft and anti-missile capabilities, including those in Poland. The launch of the Aegis Ashore facility in Radzikowo, Poland, complements existing assets in Romania, Spain, and Turkey. A kind of balance is being restored. For many years, the Russian military had more military potential than European countries. And now, thanks to new arms expenditures, it is getting to the point where Europe will be more self-reliant and more capable of responding. In the findings from Washington, it was stressed that strengthening NATO is possible thanks to an increase in investment in the defense of member states. Poland, for the time being, spends more than 4% of GDP for this purpose. But as we revealed on our air, Donald Tusk's government plans to cut defense spending between 2025 and 2028 by more than 57 billion zloty, including issues of technical modernization of the army, funding of NATO presence in Poland. You don't see us moving forward in any particular way when it comes to the Allied presence in Poland. You don't see us moving forward somehow particularly when it comes to increasing military spending either. Perhaps that's why the current government, in recent months, has said little about the programs launched by the United Right to enhance the capabilities of our army, concerning the production in Poland of Korean K2 tanks, or the acquisition of Apache attack helicopters and HIMARS long-range missile launchers from the U.S., among others. We must do everything to continue defense programs, defense projects that were started under the Law and Justice government. Unfortunately, there are some doubts here. Perhaps that's also why Prime Minister Tusk, during a recent visit by German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, said that Germany takes responsibility for defending NATO's eastern flank. The summit failed to terminate the NATO-Russia Founding Act, signed in Paris almost 30 years ago, which, among other things, says, NATO and Russia do not consider themselves enemies. They are united by the common goal of overcoming the remnants of past confrontations and rivalries and strengthening mutual trust and cooperation. Russia unilaterally terminated this agreement by seizing Crimea and attacking Ukraine. Unofficially, it is said that the previous United Right government wanted to bring its termination to Washington. The goal was not achieved by the Tusk cabinet. The act that establishes NATO-Russia relations would be stated as non-existent or terminated. This is what the government failed to negotiate, while it must indeed be fought for. Because after Tusk dismissed Poland's ambassador to NATO, Tomasz Trzaskowski, shortly before the Washington summit, without consulting the Polish president, the situation became complicated. Radosław Jankiewicz, TV Republika.